They've called him racist, sexist, but they've never called Doug Casey wrong. Find out why at incorrectbook.com.
But in Hungary, they passed a law. They nicknamed it Stop Soros Law. And it says that anyone found to be facilitating illegal immigration, including by assisting non-governmental organizations that help migrants seek asylum, faces up to a year in jail. Soros was doing the same thing in Hungary, trying to open the borders so that people fleeing the Middle East and North Africa could come into Hungary. Now, the Hungarian government, which is a right-wing government, stopped that cold, all right, and then passed a law to prosecute Soros. Now, if Soros goes back to Hungary, he was originally a Hungarian national. He's now an American citizen. They could arrest him. Okay, so that is what's in play, I believe. Now, I don't have proof because we can't see who's funding Pueblo Sin Fronteras because Honduras is not going to release that. But I know that somebody's funding this march because it's an environmental disaster, by the way. I mean, picture 7,000 people walking 2,000 miles. They have to use facilities, they have to eat, sleep, and you know, all of this is fairly well organized. It's not like a bunch of people said, hey, let's go walk 2,500 miles from Tegucigalpa, Honduras to Laredo, Texas. Not like that happened. Now, the timing, as we discussed, is for the midterm elections, that they're hoping that Hispanic Americans will see this and vote for Democrats who want open borders. And they do. Now, I asked my staff to research whether any Democrat, anybody, was asked, how would you solve this problem of 7,000 people trying to get into the United States for asylum? Nobody asked it. No press person asked it, as far as we can tell. Now, Joe Biden gave a speech, no solution. Trump is the devil, Trump is this, Trump is that. Trump's solution is, he says, he's going to move the U.S. military, regulars, not the National Guard, to the border to stop people from seeking asylum. What you have to do is in a port of entry, if you are a foreign national seeking asylum, you yourself have to go up to a U.S. border person or an ICE person and request it face to face. If you do that, they have to process your application for asylum. But what President Trump is saying is that he's going to put the military between the migrants coming and the U.S. Border Patrol officials. So they're not going to be able to ask anybody for asylum. That's the only way to stop it, because we have arcane immigration laws here. And that's why President Trump blames the Democratic Party. He says our immigration laws are crazy and antiquated, but the Democrats won't change them. But there's more to that, because the Republicans will not either. All right? President Trump said almost 2 years to get legislation passed. GOP controls the House and Senate. But he hasn't been able to because Republicans themselves, some, won't support a border wall or changing the immigration laws. It's not just the Democrats here. Now, the president says he will cut off some aid to Honduras and Guatemala and El Salvador because those governments have allowed people to come to the USA. I think the number is close to $500 million a year. Yes, $500 million a year for those three countries in 2017. So it's a lot of money.